right. Round 2. We're dressed the same because we're going back to back on this one. I'll
Could have
upload them
said
at
it was
different
different
times.
days and we're nasty. That's fine.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's gross. So,
You think we're not gross?
well, no, but nobody else needs to know that.
Ah,
That's about it.
fair.
Anyway, Dom, how we feeling?
I feel pretty good still. After our
Still,
last
yeah.
episode, I am still mad at you, but
Yeah, you're still kind of coping.
your awful football takes. I mean, they'll be
I
revealed here shortly.
Listen, it's one of those things, and we talked about it. It's like, man, I could argue for a lot of different teams, but now that I know I've upset you,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be a massive Colts fan this year.
that's fine. That's so fine.
I'm just
But
gonna,
also,
I'm gonna speak it into
it's
existence
the
any way I
Colts are
can.
going to be this year's Jags, where you're so wrong on them, and
What's
it's
also
going to be
funny is that I
hilarious.
have the Colts and the Jags making the playoffs, so that could
Yeah,
completely blow up in my face by
it
week
it
6.
it will. It 100% will. I almost put the
Hey,
Titans over the Jags.
if that honestly, no, if the Jags do implode, I'm gonna be very sad. I might go into hiding for a little while. I won't handle that well. I'm not gonna
Listen,
lie.
here's the difference. I have never said Anthony Richardson is even a good quarterback.
But
You,
you
on the other
did
hand,
fight for his, you know,
mediocrity.
well,
I,
he was gonna have his revival this year.
I
That was
thought
one
he
of
could.
your bold predictions,
Yeah, listen,
and
it
then
blew
he
up in my face
probably,
pretty quick. Blew up in my
yeah.
face. It's fine.
I think within a couple hours, actually, of you
It was
saying
it
that.
was it was a few days later. I don't want to talk about it. But you won't admit that Trevor Lawrence just isn't that great of a quarterback.
I don't believe that. That's why I
I
won't admit
jumped
it, because I don't believe it. I
I jumped
think
off of it a long time ago. I just
he was
can't get there.
he was 8-3 and got his ankle rolled up on, and then the season fell apart. And then last year it was just a mess. Which,
I
hey, we've
just
seen
can't
the
do it.
last year with
I,
Doug Peterson other places, and
I'm
it's
just
not
not doing
good.
apologist anymore. That's just it. I'm not going to be that. And you shouldn't either. You should go to a
I'm not
council
apologizing.
meeting
I'm
for it.
just saying.
It's okay.
I will
You
say
are
this is his last stand for me
making
though too.
excuses.
He's got to make the
That's good.
playoffs. That is the one thing. He has to make the playoffs, or I'll wear it. I was wrong about Trevor Lawrence, and I'll
You
never talk
should.
about him again.
I mean, you kind of have to, but you should definitely wear it.
Until he leaves Jacksonville, goes somewhere else, and gets on a good roster, and then I'm going to be all back on the Trevor Lawrence bandwagon. Anyway,
What's
that's all
next?
news.
All right.
So we got
We're
NFC.
gonna,
We got
yeah.
NFC today. We have awards predictions. We have a little bit of gambling. All sorts of fun stuff. So let's just jump into the NFC here. Start with the
Yeah.
NFC East.
Yeah.
And I'll let you go first on this one here.
I think we are 4 for 4 in agreement on this one.
In standings, yes. Go ahead. Say your thing first. I'm going to upset you here. That's where
Oh
I'm getting
God.
to where I'm going with this. I'm going to upset
I
you.
have no, you're not.
Go ahead.
Cowboys, Giants, Commanders, Philly, and I realize now what you mean by that,
Yeah.
and I'm pissed. I have Philly and the Commanders making the playoffs, where you have the Giants, Commanders,
No.
and Philly making the playoffs. No?
No. I have one team
Oh.
coming out of this division.
And it's only Philly.
Only Philly.
Wow.
So here's
What
my
the
thing with the Commanders.
fuck?
Here's my thing with the Commanders. We'll just address this. I think record is probably going to be about the same. Because I do think Jaden Daniels is legit.
They went like
I have-
11-6.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They did go 12. Hold on. Let me scratch that. I think they're about a 9-win team. That's about what they should have been last year. Let's be real. Sorry. Complete mental lapse there.
Yeah,
I
a
forgot
little
they
bit.
did play out of their minds towards the end of that. But anyways,
They were the 6th seed. They were.
let me run this back. I forgot how insane some of the win totals were in the NFC last year. Because we had a 15 win and a 14 win team and a 13 and a 12. Like, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Um, no, I think they're right around 8-9 wins this year. I think I think Jaden Daniels is great. He's going to be great. Year two regression, standard, I feel. Even with the last several great rookie quarterback seasons that we've seen. CJ Stroud, Justin Herbert, Bo Nix, like there's gonna be
Yeah.
some regression there.
Did you
I
say Bo
haven't
Nix?
well, I in terms of like we're expecting it anyway. Like he had a good rookie
Yeah.
season and we're expecting that. Like in the sense of like nobody bats an eye when you say Bo Nix year two regression, but if I'm saying it about Jaden Daniels.
No, no. But also looking at Jaden Daniels' numbers last year, I'm not saying they were the best ever. So like I think he actually has a lot of room to improve on those numbers.
I
Now the
think
team
so.
as a whole could regress because
Yeah.
they outperformed what they were expected. Or I could see them doing just about the same. I
Yeah.
still see them in the playoffs. It's hard for me not to at this moment.
The reason I have them just missing the playoffs, I didn't love their offseason. Here's this thing again. Didn't love their offseason with the Terry McLaurin noise. The Debo addition, I feel like could be kind of volatile as well. I feel like that could blow up in their face a little bit. Um, and then the biggest thing is they were 8-1 in one score games last year.
Yeah.
And the one loss was a technical one score game where they scored late to lose by 7 to the Ravens. Like that's one of those things that like that's not a carryover thing.
Yeah.
When you have that kind of season where you just somehow find ways to win in one score games, it doesn't carry over to the next year. The Bears game was a cartoon. That was a meme for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
The Saints game, that game made no sense. Like it wasn't just their record in one score games. It was also how they won those games. Where like
Sure.
there's gonna be some regression to the mean on that. And with all that, I think that they're fighting for a playoff spot up until the end of the year. I think they just come up short. That's it.
I'm interested to see who you do slot into the playoffs here above them. Because just like looking at it, like at the whole of the NFC, I'm interested. I mean, there's definitely a team you're higher on, I know, than I am. And we'll get into them literally in the next division, I assume here.
Yeah.
But,
Probably. Yeah, I
but yeah,
don't and I think that I think the Cowboys are going to be the worst team in football this year. I'm
I think they're going to be battling for that. I don't think they're going to be the worst, but
I'm I'm expecting it at this point. I think it's just too much of a mess there. Um, the Giants, I think, are going to be wildly competitive. I would like them
okay.
more if they were starting Jackson Dart. I think
Yeah,
Russ. I
trust
think
me, that's why I thought you were putting them in the playoffs.
if
So
if Jackson Dart was named the starter, I would probably have them as a playoff team.
that's insane to me.
I think just off of vibes, that is enough for me.
I
And
just can't do it.
and Jackson Dart, like I don't think he'll ever be like he's not going to be a top 5 guy or anything like that. But I think having the experience he did with Lane Kiffin in college, and then going to the Giants with Brian Dable, I think the dude can play. Like he's a smart guy. Like
Yeah,
if Lane Kiffin likes you. Lane Kiffin did do a good job, or like has been in the NFL before. Like the Raiders thing was just a complete joke, but that was also the Raiders and Al Davis
yeah.
on his deathbed, basically. But like, it's a guy that's like is respected when it comes to offense and quarterback play. So I think that combo into Brian Dable, who made Josh Allen what he is, like I think that's something that can get you to the playoffs at some point. But them not
That's
doing that,
I don't
I don't like the Russ fit. That's it.
I don't I I'm not one to bet on a rookie quarterback typically. So That's kind of why I'm not leaning that way.
That's fair. But again, it's null and
Yeah,
void right now because he's not the starter week one. Like I
yeah,
think he will at
that's
some
fair.
point, but I think they're just because Russ is Russ and his personality, they're gonna drag that out as long as they can to say they gave him a shot, kind of thing.
Sure.
But I think they'll be better once they move on to Jackson Dart. That's just
Sure.
how I feel.
I get it, but yeah. All right, NFC South. Who do you got?
NFC South, we're going next.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I have next. We can go wherever
No,
you
that's
want.
fine. No, that's fine. I'm just making sure. I got Saints at 4, Panthers at 3, Falcons at 2, Bucks at 1.
All right, my Saints at 4, Falcons at 3, Panthers at 2, Bucks at 1, and just the Bucks.
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. I really don't know what the fuck you did with the rest of this.
I
Did
really thought about Falcons or Panthers,
uh,
honestly. I
I
really
thought
thought
you
about
were
both of them.
going to.
Either I really thought about one of those teams making the playoffs.
I heavily was between the Panthers putting them in there. So I just don't know how it's going
Mhm.
to look this year. That's it. I don't know how the defense is going to look. I don't know any of that.
I'm okay with being late to the Panthers party. I just
So am I.
leaned Falcons second place in that division just because I think there is more talent on the offensive side. I
Yeah,
like Penix a lot more than you do.
I
Bijan
know.
is amazing.
Yeah,
I think Drake London
we
is
can't
great.
say that. Yeah,
Like I that was just my thing. Uh, what made me feel better about leaving them out of the playoffs is Falcons just lost their right tackle for the year, which is
Caleb McGarry. Yeah,
Caleb McGarry, and that's Penix's blind spot. So that doesn't help anything.
no,
Makes
it
me feel a
doesn't.
little bit better about it. So like I'll leave it as is because I wrote it down and everything like that before that news. So I was just like, whatever. But like either way on that one, I'm like, I don't
Fair,
know. It's
fair.
gonna
All
be
right.
those two teams there. Yeah.
Yeah, and just as a whole, Saints are 100% my team that will have the number one overall pick at the end of the year. I fully believe that. They're not a good team. They don't have a direction. Kellen Moore, I unfortunately took that job knowing this. So I hope they don't necessarily can him at the end of this year because you give him a chance to actually draft a guy in the first round, make some moves, really get there. I think maybe the team can be good. Not good, but
I just
competitive in a
think
year or two.
the Saints could
They're just bad.
stumble into an extra win because of that division. Because the
Sure.
Panthers could slip up, because the Falcons could slip up when they're playing the
Sure, sure, sure.
Saints. I think 0-6 is on the table for the Cowboys in division. Like I don't see them beating any of their division opponent. I think they're all better. Like
That's fair.
definitively better than the Cowboys are right now.
Especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh,
That's for
100%.
sure.
Yeah.
That's really where the Cowboys are struggling. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Saints named their starting quarterback today. It was Spencer Rattler.
Oh boy.
I don't think it's pretty either way you go. They just went with
No.
a vet, 2-year vet. He's not great, so curious to see how it ends up down there. But it's a nightmare scenario in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And like you said, I'm just not super high on Penix. We'll see how he does in a full season as a starter. But if it gets hairy, I could honestly see Kirk coming back and being the starter for that team.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Like
I'm not saying I
expect
don't see it not happening
I think like I'm fully expecting Kirk Cousins to be on a different roster by
at some point.
October. Somebody's gonna get hurt and go get Kirk Cousins. Like I'm sure of it. It could be
Probably.
the fucking Steelers, honestly.
I'd kill myself. Oh.
No, I think Penix can play. I just
Yeah. I
he's
do.
one of those. I think he could get them flirting for a playoff spot because it's the NFC, and I
Yeah.
still think B quarterback play makes you really
Get you there.
viable in the NFC
Sure.
versus
It always has.
Yeah, especially in the last 5, 6 years for
decade,
sure. Yeah,
last decade. That's why Brady went there.
that's true. I mean, that was
Um,
5 years ago.
yeah, but even prior to that, it was still the same in
Yeah.
the NFC.
No, that's fair.
Um, Panthers, I really do like them a lot. I like what they've done adding on the defense this past year, locking up J.C. Horn long, long term.
Long torn.
Yeah, I'm battling some
I that
sinuses right
was
now.
that was my thing with the Panthers. Is like I just
Oh,
don't think the defense is there yet.
I don't know. I don't know. They shored up the defensive line relatively in on paper. They brought in Tet, so they actually have a bona fide number one receiver for Bryce, who is much taller than him, hilariously enough. So
I think everybody is.
yeah. So I like the pieces that they have on offense. I like what they're doing there, what they did at the end of last season, and they've kind of added some much needed size and versatility. And I think they can build on that and really show out on the offensive side of the ball. Now, if they can match that to the defense, I'd like them to take that step. I'd like them to battle, be that 7 seed. I think it's possible.
I don't disagree with that. I think they're going to be a
Yeah.
fun team to watch. I'm just not
Oh, for
banking on
sure.
them to actually make the playoffs.
Yeah,
Like
I get
again,
it.
I'm
Yeah,
okay with being
I'm not
late
either. I'm
to
not
the
either.
Panthers party,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they
And
could
then
be they'd be more fun to watch.
yeah. And then you are super high on the Bucks this year. I'm
I'm
high on them, not as high on
very
as
high on
you
the
are.
Bucks. I think because of
I
that
think they
division,
have a great chance to be a above, like an outperform what's expected of them rather than what the public sees. Like the public might see a good team, but like people who watch film, really see them actually taking that explosive jump because of what they're going up against week in and week out within the division and outside of the division. But Baker looked strong last year. I think he could vie for some MVP votes this year.
I think
But
if
really,
he
it's
is a little bit better than he was last
yeah.
year. Like I think he was a fringe MVP candidate last year. If he's a little bit better, and he
Well, if he
by what
does
week
what you're
6, week
saying,
7, he's gonna have 3 legit receivers.
oh, for sure. I mean, Emeka Igbuka is gonna solidify himself on that roster one way or
Very
another.
quickly. Chris
And
Godwin
then, yeah,
is a great option when he comes back and is healthy. Mike Evans is the most consistent guy over the last 15 years. Like he's been the same dude every single year.
yeah. I mean,
Like
he's
you're
going to year
guaranteed.
12 or something,
Yeah,
and
but what I'm
he's
saying
still
is,
nasty.
even if he drops off a little bit, and it's not the year he gets 1,000, but he gives you 800,
But you still have Godwin, you still have Igbuka,
and
you still have Kate
Ibuka,
Otten, you
and
still have
Bucky
You
Irving
still have
is
uh,
awesome. You have a really nice O line. Rashad White is a good number
Rashad
2
White.
back.
Yeah, yes, I couldn't.
Like
He's a
that
great
tandem,
receiving back. Yeah,
yeah, and like that, but Bucky Irving is too. Like they're both good
yeah.
receiving backs, and Rashad White is your number 2. Like that's an above average,
Oh,
well above
100%.
average number 2 running back. Like that, like the talent that they have on the
Offense.
offensive side of the ball there, and it's like what? All right, Cameron Bray gives you 14 catches this year. It still doesn't matter. Like I love
Yeah,
everything about the Bucks this year.
yeah. I don't love their defense. I was taking a look at it today, but I don't think
It's
it matters too
not
much.
that I think will eventually hurt them, but I think over the course of the season,
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to hurt them too much at first, but like you said, they're going to lose the bigger games because of it.
yeah. And I just want to pull this up. They get in their schedule this year. They're pulling AFC East
Mm-hmm.
and NFC West. NFC West, which we will get to, I'm down on a little bit. Enough. I don't feel great about it. And AFC East, winnable games all over the place because they get Patriots mid-season. They get the Dolphins at the end of the year when the Dolphins could be completely unraveled at that point.
No.
They get the Cardinals late in the year. Like, the way their schedule kind of falls, I really like this team this year.
That's fair.
Let's go on to NFC North.
Yep. All right. I'll go first. Because I know yours is going to be a little wild here.
No,
I have
I don't know how wild it's
Vikings
going to be.
4, Bears 3, Packers 2, Lions 1.
We do differ a good amount.
Yep, I knew we would.
I don't think it. I don't know. You'll probably get a little pissed off. Whatever. I have the Vikings in fourth place too.
Yeah.
I have the Lions at 3. I have the Bears at 2, and I have the Packers at 1. However,
what crack are you smoking?
hold on. However, I have Packers, Bears, Lions all as playoff teams.
I assumed you would. I just don't think the Bears are going to make that kind of a jump. I just don't think it's happening.
I buy into it because, one, I think Caleb is that guy, and like Caleb's numbers were very good
I'm not
last
saying
year.
they were good. They were fine. They weren't awful numbers. I'm not disagreeing with that. I like Ben Johnson. I just don't foresee them getting to be like, because what you're putting them at is like a 11-12 win team, essentially.
I wrote down 10-7.
10 and what do you have the fucking Lions at? 10-7 too.
9-8.
9-8. Oh, you're really down in the NFC this year.
I am. Well, okay, so here's my thing. The Bears.
Because if that's
real
what you
quick.
have down,
And I have, the Packers at 11 wins. The Bears, Caleb, he was good last year. He wasn't the reason that it all blew up.
it blew up because the defense stopped playing football. That's why.
And the offensive line was horrendous. Now, granted, 68 sacks, there is a fair amount that was on him as well. I'm not going to, not
he's a
say
rookie.
that.
Yeah, you're expecting
He's a
him to make that
rookie,
jump.
and the style of football that he likes to play, he's gonna always
He's
be
reckless.
sacked
He's
more.
super reckless. Yeah.
Yes, but he's reckless. I don't know. It was one of those things he would take sacks, but he didn't turn the ball over, which was really weird. He'd rather take a sack than throw a pick.
But you can also throw it away.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, no, and he's got to get better with that. But I think that will get coached out of him. I think he wants to get better at that. I think they did the right thing with the way that they rebuilt that offensive line this year. You and I talked about that. That's a whole new unit, and that was another big issue with that team. And then also, I was listening to Albert Breer talk about it with after the first preseason game, or the one that he didn't play, and everybody was all concerned about Caleb and everything like that. And he was just when you talk to them, Ben Johnson and that offensive coaching staff, they went in and gave Caleb everything. They just threw everything at him to see what would stick, what he was comfortable with, and then they trimmed down their playbook from there. So they are building a playbook. They did build a playbook for him.
Sure.
And with Ben Johnson's brilliance on the offensive side of the ball, I think, if you're going to try to evaluate a first-time head coach through an offseason, basically, I feel like he checks a lot of boxes. He hasn't been in the spotlight. He does well in front of the mic. He's hard on the guy. From the reports, it's he's hard on these dudes. Throwing the offense off the field because they weren't lined up properly. Okay, it sounds bad. You're not getting set right on your first practice or whatever. But at the same time, he's established a standard there. I like the Bears. I don't think they're gonna win the division. I don't think they're gonna be this world beater or anything like that. But I think the Bears last year versus this year, you're gonna see a well-coached team. It's a better roster, and I think they're gonna be good, just flatly. And even last year, going into the Commanders game, the joke of a game that was that they lost. They win that game. I think they go to 6-2 on the year at that point.
No.
But let me pull that up again. They were either going to be
you're
5-2 or 6-2. No, they were.
I don't think so.
I'm very confident in that. I'm pulling up their schedule now. I do want to double check myself on that to get exactly what that number was. Because they lost 10 straight. Yeah, if they win that game against Washington, the Hail Mary is incomplete. They go to 5-2 on the year.
Okay. I thought that game happened a little later. That's why I said that.
That was still early in the year because that was the start of 10 straight. When the defense just completely quit on Eberflus and everything like that. So there's that. And then the Lions side of this, the combo of losing Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson combined with losses on the interior of the O-line makes me much more nervous about the Lions. Specifically losing that kind of like brain drain. When you go from the two best coordinators in football to unknowns, and then Jared Goff's biggest weakness, which is pressure up the middle.
So here's
I still think they make the playoffs. I still think they're a good team. I just think this is like just enough of a dip.
I don't really think the O-line is going to be that different than it was last year. But also, here's my pushback to you and the best OC DC kind of conversation. How many times was Sean McVay? His guys go take head coaching jobs elsewhere. All the time. Next guy up kind of thing. Because they learn directly from the guy above them. These guys are bred in-house, learning direct. So the guy who's now their OC, I don't even know his name right now.
Yeah, but it's different when you have Sean McVay because Sean McVay is like, yeah, he has an OC, but he's calling plays. Dan Campbell doesn't do that in Detroit. Dan Campbell is the culture guy.
Mm-hmm.
So him losing a coordinator means a lot more than Sean McVay losing his OC, than Sean Payton losing an OC, than Sean McDermott losing a DC. Like, guys that are specialists on one side of the ball,
mm-hmm.
they can just plug and play because most of these guys are placeholders anyway.
All right. Well, it doesn't matter because I was talking out of my ass anyways. So the Detroit's OC was the pass game coordinator for the Denver Broncos last year and the year prior. So he kind of worked with Bo Nix in that realm and whatnot. But he's been in the NFL for the last 15 years.
And if you're plucking somebody off of the Sean Payton staff, like I do trust it. Again, I don't think they're going to be bad.
Yeah,
but
he was with the Lions in
2022.
Games. Yeah, this guy was with the Lions in 2022 before he left to go to Detroit, so he's familiar with the team and the organization.
Yeah, I think they'll get back. I just think just enough losses.
I'm not saying they're going to win 15. This is a competitive division. It's going to be a lot tighter. I think they probably win 11 games. Packers probably win 10. I have the Bears winning 7 and the Vikings winning like 5. The Vikings are the biggest unknown here because I think they have the best roster. They just have the biggest question mark at quarterback. If J.J. McCarthy is good, this changes everything. That's simple.
That's my thing. So many people are buying into the J.J. McCarthy thing right away. And like I love Kevin O'Connell and everything. I'm not saying you are, but I'm just saying like just to get this out. He's got a little bit of that Anthony Richardson to him where it's just there's not enough of a sample size.
Sure.
With him. Like, again, Josh Allen is the anomaly quarterback of, like, limited college starts and everything and attempts and everything like that by the time of getting to the NFL and becoming a great quarterback. And he still has way more than Anthony Richardson and way more than J.J. McCarthy.
reasonable. But also, yeah,
That's
with
just my concern with it. Is like
with
I'm
Josh
not.
Allen, they just threw him out there and they just let him go, let him make the mistakes, let him grow. So it's been
Yeah,
kind of different. The NFL is not built now like it was when Josh Allen came, which is
he's
crazy because that was
also
only like 8 years
6'5",
ago.
255. Like I mean, that's just a
And
different
and
and
and,
the
and Average is
strongest arm in the
6'4",
NFL.
240. But yeah, I just feel like if you draft a quarterback that's like that, you literally just have to throw him out there and let it happen. That's my opinion with quarterback like that. It's either that or
Yeah,
if you sit him and try to develop him, he's not going to get the development he actually needs, which is on field playing the game. It's a different
that's
than a
fair.
situation than a guy who's played a lot but had played in a college scheme and needs to learn the NFL scheme. That's where you need to sit. That was
Yeah,
Mahomes' issue. He
I don't
played
know.
at Texas Tech,
Yeah.
needed to learn the NFL scheme, NFL way. He
Well, not really
has
though,
the
because he had
traits.
Kingsbury in college.
Yeah, as his OC, not his coach. Or was
Yeah,
he
he
was he
was.
the
He was the
coach?
he was the
He was the
head he was
coach.
the head coach, and he runs an NFL scheme. That's why he got an NFL job.
Hmm.
So he was getting like Mahomes was getting NFL coaching,
Hmm.
and he sat for a year behind Alex Smith, and then got Andy Reid, and everything like that.
Dude,
Like I
maybe
think
that one
JJ
was a
McCarthy
bad.
has a chance because of Kevin O'Connell. I just don't. There's too many red flags for me with JJ McCarthy, and I just don't love it.
I
Like
don't know. I want to see.
loaded
Again.
roster in college. He didn't like his job in college was don't ruin this
Yeah,
kind
again,
of thing.
he's somebody that team as a whole is I'd rather be late to the party than early and never
Yes,
showing up.
just
So
like the
like
Panthers.
if
I'd rather
again
be late than try to figure out a way
if
to be early on that.
if we get into week 6, the Vikings are 5-1, and I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'll
That's
eat
it.
that
That's
one.
how it was last year. That's exactly how it was last year.
I will
I was
move Kevin O'Connell above Jim Harbaugh in my coach rankings.
Jim. Wow,
Yeah, I'll go that far because like if you can make
that's
that happen,
crazy.
fucking hats
That's
off to you.
two. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to see the progression this year with it. I'm not going to
Mm.
put money on it. I'm not going to put my mouth on it. Not that, pause.
And
I'm not going to
also,
put.
also, even Vegas isn't buying into it because their win total set at
Yeah,
8.5,
that's a
and they
little
won
too high for
14
me.
last year.
Yeah, I
But
just
what? Yeah,
with the roster, it's possible. Certainly, I just
in
want to let
theory,
that
I
kind of
just don't.
develop
Yeah.
itself.
So, all
All
right,
right,
let's
let
go
me
to
hear
the
your
NFC
NFC
West.
West. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So I got Cardinals in fourth place,
Yep.
Niners in third, Rams in second, and then I have the Seahawks winning that division.
Oh man, do we differ? And
Yeah.
that's crazy. But it's good. It's good. It's good that we differ, like legit differ on one. I
Yes.
have Seahawks in fourth place,
Oof.
Niners in third, Cardinals in second, Rams in first. Because this is all I'm assuming because Stafford's on the field. Stafford's healthy. If Stafford is healthy, this is their division. I don't see a competition. That's just it. That's just how it's going. All my predictions today are based on Stafford being healthy. That's it.
That's fair. I don't have that confidence. I think
I,
he's
I'm I'm just basing it on facts. I'm not projecting. I'm basing it on the factual evidence that he's on the field practicing, taking
no,
reps. That's it.
no. I get. Like. I'm agreeing with that, but what I'm saying is,
And he is an
I don't
old man
think.
that didn't want to play in the preseason and didn't want to do training camp. Also
Yeah,
true. Ben
I
did it
don't.
multiple times.
Yeah, no, but like Ben towards the end, like Stafford is an old 37. One, two. I think the vibes that I got from it, I took everything as okay. He's actually dealing with something. And
Sure.
even if it's a minor thing, when we get into real games, I mean, he can take a shot. And if he's out for 3 weeks, like that puts a damper on. Now, again, because of the news about him being healthy and being ready for week one, I have them in second place, but I have them as a playoff team.
Yeah. Obviously,
I
you still had a spot. Kind of had to be
yeah,
the playoff
that
spot.
was that was the one that I went back and with that I have the Rams as a playoff team. I just don't think they're going to win the division because I don't think they're getting 17 games of Matt Stafford. I think he will take a shot at some point in time, and we're going to have, even if he misses a game but comes back, you're getting 70% of Stafford for the next couple weeks.
Yeah,
I
I see what you're
also I
saying.
also don't have the
I'm not.
like
Yeah,
Puka has been hurt, has dealt with injury. As much as I love Puka, as good as he is, I think I don't think you're getting a full season of him at some point in time. He's
I,
going to miss time. I don't I don't know how the Devontae Adams thing is going to pan out. Like on paper, should be awesome,
yeah,
but I feel like the
yeah,
Stafford Cup connection was stronger. At least I feel like it was kind of a lateral move at best.
yeah. But you're talking somebody who's super. So like, Cup is a great route runner, whereas Devontae's like the best technician in football. So you're
Yeah,
looking
no,
at.
again,
I think it's different.
I
I
feel like
think it's
it's
different.
lateral,
Plus,
but like I think
Devontae
there's
doesn't
a
really.
more of a relationship built there.
Sure. Devontae doesn't really play it at the slot either, so it's like it's different.
Yeah,
I
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's why I'm
I
just like
like
it
I like
could
the
bang,
Rams.
or I'm like I don't know. I love their
If
defense though. I think their defense is going to keep them in
yes,
games.
hell yeah. If
All right,
Stafford is healthy,
somebody's home.
yeah. If Stafford is healthy, I like this team a lot. And this is, like I said, a lot of it is based on my assumption that Stafford is healthy. And if he's not healthy, then fuck me, right? But that's just it.
Again, yeah, no, that could screw me too, honestly, because when I first did this a couple days ago before more Stafford news came out, I didn't have them making the playoffs.
Yeah. And if Stafford is unhealthy, they're gonna look
No.
bad and XYZ thing. But yeah, I like them to be
No.
healthy. I like them to make the playoffs.
So to recap here, NFC playoff teams, I have Eagles, Packers, Bears, Lions, Bucks, Seahawks, Rams, and you have
Philly, Commanders, Bucks, Lions, Packers, Rams, Cardinals.
okay.
So again, I
So
only have one difference between the NFC this year and last year. That's it. Just one different team,
I have
which is going to be wrong. Same with my AFC. I am aware of that.
two. I have two new
Two.
playoff teams.
You have the
Yeah,
Bears
just two.
and the
Bears and
Seahawks.
Seahawks. No Vikings or
Commanders.
Commanders. Yeah, I have two
Okay.
in the NFC, three in the AFC. So I have five new
You,
playoff teams total. You have two total?
I have two total. Two total.
Two total,
Which
yeah, five and two.
100% I know it's going to be wrong. I don't care.
I don't know. I feel like we might be somewhere in the middle there when it all happens. But my
Shit.
predictions are right. That's all I'm going to say. Um,
Who is
so
your
seeding
AFC?
wise,
Yeah. Oh, seeding. What you were doing seeding? I didn't do seeding.
let's do.
I can
I
though.
mean, oh, you didn't do seeding. Okay, so who's your
I
number
can do
one seed?
seeding.
Let's do it that way. Let's do who's your number one seed on either side. Let's just do that
Ugh.
because I know what mine are.
All right. In the AFC East, in the AFC, I'll probably lean the Bills to be the one seed next year.
I am Ravens on this one. Now
Okay.
I'm going to sound like a homer for a lot of the rest of the way here. I will say that.
That's fair. So just doing quick seeding here. I'm probably gonna have
I have it written
Bills.
down as Ravens to one seed, Bills two, Chiefs three, Jags four, and then Chargers, Pats, Colts.
No,
Five, six,
that's
seven.
exactly how I was going. Bills
Yeah.
one, Ravens two,
Yeah, that's
Chiefs,
fair.
Texans. I don't know the rest of my
No,
playoff
that's
teams.
fair. Now
Chargers,
I'll get out my. It's not even bias, really. I just think this has to be the year for the Ravens.
To make the Super Bowl. Is that what you're alluding to?
I, this just has to be the year for the Ravens. I'll just leave it at
That's
that
all
for
you're
now.
saying. Okay.
I'll just say that right now. All right,
Um,
who's your NFC one seed?
I'm looking at it right now. I hate it. I hate the NFC, dude. I hate
I
this.
know who my one seed is.
Your one seed's the Bucks.
It is the
I'm
Bucks. I am
I'm
on that
probably
one.
going. I'm probably gonna say it's Philly. I don't love it though.
I don't love that. I have them as the
I
two
don't.
seed, but I don't love them being the one seed. I think the Bucks, between the division, between the schedule, between the roster, I got a lot of chips in on the Bucks right now.
Fair. Good for you. I'm just rounding this out.
No, you're good. I mean, again,
Not that it
I got
matters,
Bucks,
but yeah.
Eagles, Packers, Seahawks, Bears, Lions, Rams, 1 through 7.
So I
It's
Philly
not
Bucks
overly.
complicated. Yeah, I Philly Bucks,
Yeah,
Rams, Lions, Commanders, Packers, Cardinals.
that's fair.
Which would
Yeah,
make for great television having Lions Commanders wild card weekend.
that would be wild. Actually,
That would be insane.
I would I would just want both teams to win. Honestly.
it would be so great. All right.
Yeah. So
So you
now,
kind of alluded to your Super Bowl here a little bit
yeah. So
with
let's do
your
that
one
first
team.
here.
So you have the Ravens.
I have in my Super Bowl this year. I have the Ravens beating the Packers.
Oh, that was disgusting. That might have been the grossest thing I've ever heard.
I
Um,
am going Ravens over Packers this year.
all
Again,
right.
I think this is just we talked about how much we hate the NFC this year. As much
Correct.
as I love the Bucks, like I said, at some point in time that defense is going to be an issue for
Yeah,
them.
yeah. I didn't think you were gonna
And
push the Bucks into the Super Bowl. I just
no,
didn't realize you were gonna push the
I am gonna
Packers into
bet
the
it.
Super
I am gonna bet that. I'm gonna hedge myself a little bit and also bet Ravens Bucks and Ravens over Bucks just because the odds are awesome. I mean they are for
Obviously,
just about any matchup, but especially
Super
that
Bowl.
one.
Yeah,
I just when I look at the NFC, the Eagles got a lot younger on that defense.
sure.
I feel like if you don't have the Andy Reid Patrick Mahomes combo, like repeating is not a thing. I don't think the Rams, because of Stafford's health, are going to be in a position where it's an easier path to get to the like they're not going to have a home field. Like I think
I
again,
think
I have them as a wild card team. They're going to be going on the road throughout the
no,
playoffs. I
I
like the
don't.
Seahawks a lot. I don't think
I
they're good
don't.
enough. Like when I look at the teams that I have in the playoffs, the
Yeah,
one that I just kind of look at that goes like kind of under the radar, hasn't had really any turnover, and I think it's just a solid team. I think it's a bounce back year kind of for the Packers. Like they had the Niners on the ropes 2 years ago. I think that's a good team. The
yeah,
defense is lacking a little bit, but I think it's still good enough to get
sure,
through the NFC side of that bracket.
sure. I just want to see if Jordan Love plays consistently enough to get them there. Hell yeah, I could see it. It's hard for me to visualize that. It's not going to be Toyotathon 17, 18 straight weeks. It's just not. So I need
I
to see that
forgot about that.
100%. It's something I'll never forget. So I just want to see that 100%. But it's interesting because we do have a team that is the same.
Which one
I
is the
have
same?
I have the
You have the
Rams
Ravens?
over the Ravens in the Super Bowl.
Ooh, damn.
Because again, like I said, I am hedging Matthew Stafford is healthy for the
That's
entire
fair.
season. If he
Yeah,
is not healthy,
I
obviously
thought
this is
last
not
year
true.
was the year for the Rams, honestly. I
I
thought
did
everything was on the table with Stafford this year.
I wanted to see them be defensive last year. I wanted to see how that team looked,
Mhm.
and it looked great. Now that I see that and I trust the defense, and I know the offense is improved, I like them a lot more as long as Stafford is healthy. There was no turnover on the offensive line. It improved. Their
Mhm.
offensive weapons improved. Kyron Williams got an extension. I like the team. I like the team as a whole. They brought in a new young tight end through the draft. I think it's very much there and in the realm of possibilities for them to get back there, for Stafford to win and retire. That
Yeah,
is
that's
how I
fair.
can
I
see
mean,
this.
if the Ravens are going to lose the Super Bowl, I'm okay with that situation.
Yeah,
Honestly, that's the
that
one
that
that'll
that
hurt the least for me.
that is just what I kind of am seeing here with everything and in my belief system. It pains me a little bit, obviously, to put the Ravens in. I just think out of looking at the AFC as a
I mean,
whole,
that's arguably the best roster in the NFL right now.
yes, that is what I was going to say. It's the most complete team. It's the most
Yeah,
complete team. They need an edge for sure. That's their biggest question mark. Has been for years.
Micah's sitting out there just waiting.
He's certainly there. But yeah, so that is
Yeah,
ultimately what I
fair
came up
enough.
with for my Super Bowl.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I mean,
So
again, I
I'll be
loved the
so
Rams
wrong.
last year. They had cluster injuries on the O line and in the
Yeah,
secondary, and then lost Puka for a month, and that kind of derailed it a little bit. And they still won the division.
yeah.
I don't trust the downplaying of Stafford's injury right now. That's just my thing with him. That's it.
It's either
Otherwise, I would probably be with you on a Rams Ravens Super Bowl, if I'm going
yeah,
to be
which would
honest.
have been an insane double up there.
Insane
Out of
to
all the
pull that out,
teams,
but
yeah.
yeah,
I just see it kind of happening. All right, let's
yeah.
get into
All
awards
right.
real quick.
Yep. All right. Let's start with MVP.
Who do you have? Because
I went
I'm.
chalk, and I think it's got to happen because the voters are going to realize how much they fucked up last year. It's
So
Lamar.
you went Lamar.
I
I
went
went
Lamar. However,
Mahomes.
caveat on this.
Oh,
I put in parentheses next to it. Baker dark horse.
sure. I went Mahomes. Um,
That was me last year. I can't really say much, so
I,
that's
I
fair.
so it's his essentially bounce back season. It'll probably be the one where you face the toughest adversity, and an aging Travis Kelsey, question marks with receiver position, no running back, no running game really at all, question marks on the
Yeah, it's going to
offensive line.
be passing
So
heavy, and he
if
could put up
he
some
can,
crazy numbers. Yeah.
yeah, and if they win games despite that, if they go 12-5, 13-4, whatever they finish at, and they look great, they don't need to be the one seed for Mahomes or whoever to win MVP. That's been the case, but I
No, if
can
he puts
see it
up 45
4,500.
plus 45 plus touchdowns and 4,500 yards, he's right in the mix there for sure. And I think that's
Yeah, so
possible with Worthy, with a healthy Hollywood Brown.
yeah.
I mean, he's going to have Rasheed to start the year and then lose him for a little bit. Like Travis
That's just
Kelsey,
yeah,
potential
kind of where
last
I'm at.
dance kind of thing. Like, I mean, it's the Chiefs.
Yeah,
Like, it's entirely possible. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Offensive player of the year. Who you got?
I had Jameer Gibbs. I went pretty
Oh.
chalk there.
No, I mean, mine's chalk too. I think mine might be the favorite for it. Let me
Did you
double
go
check that.
Bijan?
I did go Bijan.
Okay.
Oh, he's not the favorite. Oh, wow. He's actually got, oh my God, he's plus 1,400. I am going to hammer that. Jesus Christ.
Who's the favorite chase?
Now Saquon, which,
No, nobody ever repeats. Nobody
no,
ever.
nobody ever repeats. That's stupid. Don't,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
bad.
going to be Saquon. We know this. But, I did get this one last year, so I am happy about that.
I did not. I
Um,
went bold and I was wrong.
yeah, no, I like Bijan this year. I think he, again, just with the Falcons, I
For
think
sure.
he's going to be the one thing you can count on. I think he's going to have a great year.
All right. Let's go deep, boy.
Defensive
We're
player of the
both.
year. Can
We
you
we
go?
already
Can you?
talked about this,
Oh yeah, we
so
went
we're
Homer.
both homers. I went with TJ. I was just kind of looking at some names, some
Which
odds,
every
some
year we do this,
thought
as long as
process.
T.J. Watt is still in the NFL, Dom is going to pick
Well,
TJ Watt.
I have not picked TJ every year. There was a year I picked
You
Micah.
picked him last year.
I did pick him last year, and he was on track to until he fumbled the last
No,
5 games of the season.
Aiden Hutchinson was on track too, and then he shattered his leg.
That's not my problem. But I like TJ to have a good bounce back, especially in this new defensive look with everything they have going on. I think he can really make a difference and just kind of outperform himself. I'm not saying he's going to have 22 and a half sacks again, but he's going to be up there again. I could see him going for 18
Yeah, no,
this year.
I buy that. Yeah.
And if he goes for 18, that's
I mean, he's always in the
that
mix there.
conversation.
Yeah, he's
All right, you
always
say
in the mix for it.
yours, and then I want to say who I think might also.
Yes, because we have the one name that we both agree like is a really good option for it too. But I'm going with Kyle Hamilton. A safety has not won this award since Troy Polamalu in
I
2010.
was gonna say that's what I was
And
literally about to say.
I looked this up before I officially picked it.
It's probably the hardest position to win DPOY.
Definitely. However, my thing is with Kyle Hamilton is one, he's the best safety in the league.
Yeah, nobody's
I think-
doubting it.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's in agreement on that. With the way that they revamped the secondary this year, Nate Wiggins year 2, Marlon Humphrey is back. You lose Marcus Williams. He was not productive with this team. I think bringing in Jair Alexander helps. I'm not expecting him to be peak Jair Alexander, but he's your third corner. I'm taking that. Kyle Hamilton, the first half of the year last year, the Ravens against the run were great. Kyle Hamilton was playing up on that defense. They were getting burned in the secondary. They moved Kyle Hamilton back and let him just kind of roam in the secondary, and they were the number one pass defense the rest of the season after that. Like, this dude is a game changer, and I think with balancing out the secondary, giving it the talent that it has now, with that front seven that's already good, like it's not the best unit in football by any means. I'm not saying that, but like that's a legit front seven. And the one thing that they lack is the pass rush, or just an edge rusher kind of. He can come up and play that, and he can run. I think they're just going to kind of let him just do shit, and I think that opens up the possibilities for some really ridiculous numbers. Because like I looked at it, just the numbers of the last two, Polamalu in 2010 and Bob Sanders in 2007. And just for the sake of it, like, you tell me if you feel like this is reasonable. So in 2010, when Polamalu won it, he played 14 games.
Mm-hmm.
Now this was the crazy number on this one, was he did have 7 picks that year.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure
that one was crazy.
Picks.
He had 7 picks that year.
Is insane.
It's crazy. But like, again, I think Hamilton I don't think he has to get to 7.
No, if he gets 5. If he gets
he had 7 picks, 1 return for a touchdown, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 1 sack on the year, and 63 total tackles.
How many pass? Do you have pass defended?
Pass defended 11.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, unreal.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
crazy. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Crazy. But the 1 sack, 63 total tackles, and 6 tackles for loss.
And 6 tackles for loss.
Yeah, but
That's
what I'm
nuts.
saying is, like,
that's nuts.
I think Kyle Hamilton, with the role that he could have in this defense, could do some damage like that. And if he has 4 picks and returns 1 for a touchdown, like, and a pick 6 thrown in there or something like that, like, there's that. And then Bob Sanders in 2007. Here's the other one. Sorry, I just want to get this
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
15 games, 2 picks, 6 passes defended, 1 fumble recovery, 3.5 sacks, 97 total tackles, 6 for
Okay.
loss.
Okay.
Somewhere in between those two, like if Kyle Hamilton gets 4.5 sacks, 4 picks, I mean, there's more offensive snaps now, so like he could get to 75, 80 tackles. Maybe not
I'd
Bob
say
Sanders,
he needs eight
97.
TFLs. This is what I'll say.
Again.
If he gets 5 picks, I'll give him a touchdown. 8 TFLs, 4 sacks, and I'll throw in 5 passes defended, and we'll say
In 2023,
80 tackles.
in 2023, Kyle Hamilton had 3 sacks and 10 tackles for loss, 81 total tackles. He had 107 tackles last year.
Okay, so
2
tackles,
forced fumbles,
definitely.
2 forced fumbles last year. He had 4 picks in 2023, 1 last year. Like if he kind of meets in the middle of the last 2 years of
Yeah.
4 picks, and I mean, Jesus Christ, this season in 2023 was wild. But like, I just think the role he's going to have on this defense and the freedom to just kind of be where he needs to be and just
Yeah.
make big plays is going to open up the door for him to have a chance to win it. And then also with Surtain winning it last year, like I think that opens up the door again for secondary because there was a stretch of just pass rushers winning that
Yeah,
award.
well, it was Aaron Donald,
TJ Watt,
what's-
Miles Garrett,
no.
like
No. There was a break in there. It was what's his name?
hold on.
Stephon Gilmore won it.
Oh yeah, Gilmore did win it, yeah.
In 2018,
2019.
And
So
then
let's go back to
Donald
2010.
won it again.
Since 2010, you get Troy Polamalu, and
Yeah.
then Suggs, J.J. Watt, Luke Kuechly, the other kind of anomaly.
Linebacker. Yeah. Linebacker winning.
Kind of, yeah. And then J.J. Watt, Khalil Mack, still pass rushers, Aaron Donald, Stephon Gilmore, weird one, Aaron Donald, T.J. Watt,
T.J.
Nick
Watt.
Bosa, Miles Garrett, Pat Surtain. So there's only been 3 DBs in the last 15 years to win it.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah, but like I said, I think he has a chance to put up some crazy numbers this year with that defense.
Yeah, I think it's possible. He just needs to be so like when Troy won it, Troy was by far the best player on the field at all times.
Yes.
Always. So like if Kyle Hamilton can have that same presence, that same like terrifyingness on the defensive side of the ball, bang. Because when Troy won it, that was the best defense in the league. He was the best player on the best defense.
On the best defense, yes.
Kyle Hamilton needs to have that similar impact.
Yes,
That's
and
all.
I think he
it's
is
possible.
already
It just
the
needs
best
that.
player on that defense.
I agree. I don't think it's close.
It's
either.
just the whole defense now needs to put him on that pedestal too.
Yeah.
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 All right, let's go offensive.
No,
rookie of the year.
wait. Real quick, the other guy who we both agree
that's right. I
on,
forgot about that.
who think could be the sneaky dark horse, like big bet. Like I'm not talking like
Which
Micah.
not really
or
a dark
Miles Garrett,
horse because
but
I
he's
feel like-
down the board.
no, I mean Hamilton has longer
Oh,
odds
Hamilton's
by a
further
lot.
down them. Yeah, but that's you betting
guy
a
that's
DB.
A guy getting kind of just been banging on the door. I feel like is a better way to say it.
Yeah. I mean, it's Mad Max Crosby. I mean,
Mad Max.
he's crazy. I think if Pete Carroll schemes it right, he could really put his game to the next echelon.
That's the
really
part
get
of
up
it is
there.
I think he could thrive with Pete
He
Carroll.
could. He really
think-
can. Pete Carroll's built some of the best defenses we've ever seen in our
And let's think about
lifetimes.
that for a second. I mean, that's the best pass rusher he's had as an NFL coach. I mean, the Legion of Boom was secondary in linebackers,
Yeah, but he still had a pass rush. What year was the Legion of
but it
Boom?
wasn't.
2012.
That was 2012 or 11 to 15, 11 to 16. That was Richard Sherman.
He had
Fucking
Michael Bennett, Cliff Averill.
yeah, but Bennett was a D tackle. He wasn't coming off the edge.
It has him here as
Averill.
DN, D tackle. Averill was true DN.
How old was Averill though at that point? Wasn't he older?
No, that was young.
Oh, was it
Cliff.
still young him?
Yeah.
I thought he was
He's
older
still
for
not
some
better
reason.
than Max Crosby. I'm not saying that. Max Crosby is
Yeah, I
definitely
think
better than
Crosby is the
both
best one
those
that
guys.
he's had.
I was wondering when Alden Smith was up there, but it was not at that time. And it was
Yeah,
late in his career. It was after. I think that was post prison. We're not going to get into that.
that's fair.
Remembering
All
it
right.
more now.
Yeah, no.
But yeah,
Max Crosby is a much more sure, like a better bet. Let's put it that way.
yeah.
If you're not going to go
Okay.
chalk on your bet, if you're going to bet one, I feel like that's
That's the
the
one to bet.
safest option.
Yeah,
At
safest
plus
non-shot.
1,300, yeah.
All right.
All right, offensive rookie of the year.
I'm in shock. I can't even bullshit. I
Yeah,
picked
no.
Ashton, but I've talked about him so highly these last few weeks,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not like it's really that big of a
He's
surprise.
going to get the volume to do it
He is
because it's Pete
and
Carroll
and
for
and
sure.
Pete Carroll loves the running back, loves to tote loves to tote the ball. It's gonna happen. So I just think on that alone, and plus Ashton Genty has the talent to back it.
Mhm.
It's the easiest decision I made here. However, if it's not him, I do believe it's Ashton Genty, 100%. Not
You
Ashton
just
Genty. I believe it's Travion Henderson. If it's not
so
Genty,
so
can't talk.
I feel like you're probably right on Ashton Genty, but I didn't want to pick the same one.
It's fair.
And I was going to go Trevion Henderson, but I don't know if he's going to have the volume to do
I
it.
think he will. I think he will.
That's my only concern is him getting the volume to do that. So I went very much out of left field here. I'm going Tyler Warren.
Wow. Okay.
I think
That is not where I thought you were
you
gonna go.
know
I like that.
you know my
I like
stance
it.
on the Colts there. I think if the Colts are going to make the playoff, I think he could play a huge role in that because they're not going to just use him as a tight end. Like I think
No.
the smart thing is to use him like Penn State did, which is I don't know, just throw that dude
Everywhere.
anywhere. Yeah, like
Yeah.
let him do whatever. And
I mean, he was lining up in the H-back, so
yeah, and Daniel Jones again, like
plays.
my whole thing with the Colts and Daniel Jones playing within the confines of the offense. How many times do you think Tyler Warren is just going to be standing there in the flat with nobody on him? And that's just the easy check down, and he gets you
Yeah.
a couple
I'm
yards.
curious.
Like that's going to add up. Like I think he could
Yeah.
end up with just a really weird amount of catches and yards, and then like really strange number of rushing yards as a tight end.
I'm definitely
just out
I'm
of
definitely
nowhere.
curious to see how Tyler Warren does in that offense. I like him a lot. I like him coming out of college. He's a kind of an anomaly stylistically of a
I feel
tight
like
end.
he could end up being what Sean Payton tried to do with Taysom Hill, but better.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Minus
that's
the
a good way,
having him lining up under center.
which he can do and he has at Penn State.
Yeah.
I think that is interesting idea. I like Tyler a lot. I'm very high on him.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm that high on him, but I'm high on him.
Like I said, I just feel like there's real potential for him to just have like the weirdest stat line.
Sure.
Like that, I think that's just a real possibility. All right, defensive rookie of the year. I'll go first. I went chalk, and I really wanted to talk myself into Travis Hunter. Really did.
I can't.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. If he's going to be playing both ways, like I don't know what that's going to look like. I need to see it and
Yeah.
see how good he is at
I
on
think
either
he's
side at that point.
he's a better chance to win defensive rookie of the year than he does
Yes, I
offensive.
agree with that. I did initially have him for defensive rookie of the year. I thought it would be fun to pick him for both rookies of the year. I just no.
I'm sure somebody's
Um,
out there picking that. So
I mean, I will drive to Atlantic City right now and bet it because I can't do it on DraftKings, but like I think they'll let me do it there. Um, but I went Abdul Carter. I think that front seven has so much talent on it. You're not going to
it
be
does.
able to double him, and I
Well,
think he's just going to be a game wrecker.
so here's my thing: is they're gonna be. This is why I didn't go Abdul Carter, or else he would be another chalk pick for me. He's going to be rotating in and out with Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns. They're not going to line all
I
three
don't
of them up at the same
I
time.
don't think he's going to though. I think they're going to drop. I think they're all going to play, and Brian Burns is going to
Well, who's
have
lining
snaps
up
where
next to Dexter?
I think they're
Who's
going to.
lining up next to Dexter?
I
Are
think they're
you
going
going
to
to have
have
Thibodeau?
Burns play back as an actual linebacker at times.
I think you're just wasting his talent. Then you're that was always the issue with drafting and not trading one of them away.
No, I know. Well, my, yeah, I
It's
get
you're
that. I just
wasting
think
you're
that like
wasting
they're
it.
just going to be hyper aggressive on defense.
Sure, I agree. I just think it's going to be more of a rotational aspect, and I think Abdul's probably going to eventually win out the Kayvon Thibodeau to that number two position right next to Brian Burns. I just don't know when that happens, how quickly it happens, and what his impact is with that defense. That front seven is disgusting. I don't even want to talk about it. It
It's
haunts me.
filthy again.
It's
That's
terrifying.
again. That's why I
The,
want
the,
Jackson Dart to play because I want
it's
to put the
I mean
Giants in the
their
playoffs. I want
their
them in the
front
playoffs so
four
bad.
is even more
Yeah.
nasty, but yeah.
Who do you have?
That's the reason I just didn't take Abdul Carter. Otherwise, we all know how highly I speak of him. I went Jalen Walker for
Hmm.
Atlanta.
You
I
know who I
think,
just saw? After you say this, remind me who I
yeah,
just saw on this list that I am like, hmm. Go ahead, continue. Sorry.
okay. I went Jalen Walker out of Atlanta. I think he's gonna get the. I think it's a similar situation that Jared Verse had last year. There's nobody above him. He's gonna get all the work, nothing to stop him. And I liked him a lot coming out. He's versatile. He can play on the outside. He can play on the line, hand in the dirt. He's kind of like Abdul Carter, not Abdul Carter, Micah coming out, just
Hmm.
not as polished as Micah was
Yeah.
doing it. But I think give him a few weeks, he's going to get there. He's going to show you a lot of his prowess, and I don't know. I think he can really be that edge that Atlanta's been looking for the last decade.
Yeah, he could be. I don't hate that pick at all.
I mean, I got
But
it right last year. I'm looking to double
that
down.
is true. I forgot about that. Well done. Um, the name that I just saw that I was just like, huh, I don't even know how I missed this one as even an option. I didn't like it just went right over my head.
Yeah,
I was very much locked into Carter and Travis Hunter.
yeah,
Mike Green.
yeah. I don't know how he's so high. That's what's throwing me.
You don't
I
know
like
how
Mike
he's
Green.
so high?
Well, I just don't like him above like Jalen Walker or other guys.
Well,
He's
no,
not.
he's
He's
got
not on it.
no, he's not. He's got the
He's
fourth best
the
odds,
fourth
but
best
like it
odds.
was just one of those that I went, oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. And
No, and I'm
again, with
shocked you didn't.
the Ravens defense, like,
I'm
damn,
shocked
like,
there's
huh?
the other Ravens rookie that you didn't think
Yeah,
about.
right? It's just insane. Um, what do you mean? That's the only Ravens rookie that I've talked about.
No, no, that you didn't think about, not talk about.
Yeah, fair
Because
enough.
there is Malachi.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that one again. That I think that plays into Kyle Hamilton more than it does for Malachi.
Sure, sure.
You know what I mean?
I
I think
just,
that helps. If there's
yeah,
going to be an award on defense, I think it helps Kyle Hamilton more than it helps him.
yeah. I just don't think
No,
Mike Green is gonna be there.
no, but I don't hate that as a pick. I mean, if I like, I probably wouldn't bet Abdul Carter because he's plus 225. He's odds-on favorite. It's not
Yeah, by far.
close at
Because
all.
I think what
And Mike Green is the fourth
Jalen's
best
number
odds.
two, and he's
Jalen
what
and
plus
Travis
eight.
Hunter. So DraftKings has it Abdul Carter plus 225, and then Travis Hunter and Jalen Walker at plus 1,000. Mike Green at plus
Oh
1,200.
Jesus, I would bet that
Yeah,
Jalen
yeah,
Walker
it's
pretty
it's
heavy.
definitely the better bet than Abdul
I'd bet it
Carter.
heavy.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
one to bet, but I'd bet that.
yeah, yeah, just on the number more than anything.
That's
All right,
crazy.
Coach of the Year.
Again, this is with Matthew Stafford being healthy. I went
Wow,
with McVay. He doesn't have one.
that is true. Did I bet? Did I pick him last year?
You did. I'm pretty
Did
sure.
I? I figured I did. I thought I did because I had them as the number one seed last year. I just want to double check that. Let me just circle back.
Oh,
here.
he does.
No, I
he
didn't.
was NFL.
No, I had Dan Campbell last year. Did I get that right? Wait, who was coach of the
No.
year last year? O'Connell.
KOC.
It was OC.
All right, he did
that's
win NFL Coach of the Year in 2017 when they went to
Yeah.
the Super Bowl the first time.
I was gonna say I thought he had one.
He
Uh,
won it his rookie year as head coach.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, insane.
That's crazy.
He's such
That's
a good coach.
insane.
Yeah.
He's so good.
No, that's entirely fair. I went a different route, and this is still NFC, and how much I love them. I went Todd Bowles.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that's a strong pick.
Because I think
We're both
I
leaning
think
into
the
narratives.
Bucks. Yeah, I think Bucks are going to be the number one seed. I think 13 wins is on the table if they do that in the NFC and are the number one seed and potentially the best record in football.
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm right and the Bucks and Ravens are your number one seeds, and the Ravens go 14-3 and the Bucks go 13-4, who you're giving more props to Todd Bowles than you are to John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
So that's my whole thought process there.
Yeah. No, super fair.
No.
That's where it land.
Let's just get this out of the way. Comeback player of the year. I'll go first on this one. Do you have any guesses on what I'm taking on this one?
There's an odds-on favorite I saw. I don't remember who it is.
Yeah, the odds-on favorite is Dak.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Dak and Dak and
Not-
Aiden Hudson. Well, they're actually not crazy favorites, but Dak and Aiden Hudson are the favorites.
I didn't like Aiden, because I don't think he's gonna. I think he needs another full year to really ramp up. So I like him more in a year than I do now.
I mean, comeback player of the year is so tough though too, because even if he just plays 17 games, they might go, because his that injury was so gruesome. They might just do it because of that. No, but I am going Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it has to happen because if he has the year I think he has, I mean he's got the fourth best odds. So
No, that's not who I picked.
who you got? Well, I know you didn't pick that, but
No. Well, I probably picked the guy with the third best odds.
CMC.
What was CMC?
I just don't think he's going to play enough. I still think I don't
do.
trust his health.
I think this is his last good year. I don't think the team's going to be good as a whole. I think they'll be competitive, but I don't see them being that same caliber as a team as what they have been in the past.
Yeah, but I feel
still
like they
think the
go
roster's
hand
the
in
same.
hand. If he comes back and plays 16 games, you're looking at the Niners winning 12 games.
I don't think so. I think maybe they win if this is all the case and whatever. And because CMC's good, the Niners are good. I still see them maybe maxing out at 10 because the rest of the roster is down. You don't have a stud wide receiver for Purdy to throw to.
Any wide receivers right now?
Ayuk won't be back until week 5 at the earliest. Jawan Jennings is
Pearsall's
holding
hurt.
out.
Jawan Jennings is holding out. Demarcus Robinson just got suspended. God, that's just not a good team right now.
No. So, you just have C-Mac and Kittle.
No, that's fair.
So I just see C-Mac getting volume, getting the workload. They just brought in Brian Robinson to help out if it gets to be too much. I like his situation to
That's fair.
slide in and win comeback. Sure, it's chalk to go quarterback, but I just don't see it this year with those guys because Dak, I don't see that team progressing. Um,
Hmm.
Trevor, I don't see that team progressing the way they need to. Who's the other guy that you said?
I mean, Dak is
Well, I said Dak
Dak
and
and
Trevor,
Hutch
and there
are
was a
favored.
fourth, Hutch, and like
No,
I
that
gave
was the
my
top
opinions
four. I
on
mean,
Hutch.
and then after, like, it's Dak and Hutch at 275, CMC at 300, Trevor Lawrence 500, and then it jumps to JJ McCarthy at plus 1,000.
Then no, you shouldn't. A rookie quarterback who's never stepped on the field shouldn't win comeback player of the year. It's just not
Daniel
how that should
Jones
work.
at plus 2,000.
That's the grossest shit I've ever heard in my life. All right, let's wrap this up. Who do you got for protector
Protector
of
of
the
the
year?
year.
Uh,
Um, I have no idea. This is the first year of this, right?
correct.
I have zero idea on how this is going to be voted upon or how this is going to
Scored.
be
Yeah.
judged, anything like that. So I'm just going off of what my season predictions are, and I'm going Tristan Wirfs. I
So
think
it's
Baker
funny.
could legitimately lead the league in passing yards. They could have maybe the best offense in football, and he's the best
Yeah.
offensive lineman there, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea how this is going to be scored, but why not? It's an award. We're gonna pick it.
Yeah. I love Tristan Morris. I had him last night when I was doing this. Did a little research just because I know he's injured a good bit and he's currently hurt. And there was talk of him starting the year on the pup. So that means he won't be back until week 5. Turns out he cleared. He's not going to be on the pup. I don't know when exactly he will start. I'm not sure if it'll be week 1 or not. That's why I didn't go with him. The name I did go with, however, also kind of aligns with what I'm predicting here a little bit, which is Tyler Linderbaum. I like him a lot.
Hey, that's
Yes,
fair.
he is playing. He's playing for a contract too, so kind of
Yeah, I mean,
incentivized
he's
for
getting
to
the
get that done.
contract. That whole, I will say that he's gonna get the contract. This
He
they
should get the
declined his
contract.
fifth
Deserves a
year. They
contract.
declined his fifth year option because it is actually cheaper for them to do that and sign him than
I
pick
know.
up his fifth year option and try to wait. So like he's getting his contract. Just want to be clear on that. That'll probably break this season.
Yeah, just got a little bit of time. But yeah, I like Linderbaum. You're talking about one of the best centers, if not the best center in football right now,
I think now
and
that Jason Kelsey is gone, it's him and Creed Humphrey.
it is him and Creed. It's not much of a
Yeah.
debate, but that's why I said one of the best.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think he's also the best offensive lineman on that team, and I don't think it's really that close either. So best offensive lineman on one of the best teams in football. It kind of goes hand in hand there. So
I'd be happy with that. I'll
yeah,
take it.
why not?
I mean,
All right,
give me all the awards. All right, I'll run through this
do
one
your
pretty quickly here.
degeneracy.
My degeneracy here. Few win totals that I'm looking at, and I'm looking at changing one, and it just gets a little bit hairier there too. Um, Starting with Carolina Panthers, taking them over 6.5.
Yeah, I'd bet that.
Yeah, it's at minus 130. I was just looking at their over 7.5. That puts them at plus 140. I think they're a 7-8 win team. So 6.5 is the number I'm going to sit on there. So again, we talked about it too. I like all the upgrades on the offense. I think that's going to keep getting better. I think the defense is still behind a little bit, but I think 7-8 wins is about where they end up there.
Yeah,
Next one, I have the Cowboys under 7.5 wins at plus 115. I, again, think they're going to be the worst team in football.
I mean, why not bet lower then? 7.5 is light.
Uh,
What's 6.5?
220,
What's 5.5?
370. Yeah, you're right.
Put some
But
money where your mouth is.
well, I'm betting the numbers
I'm
that
just saying.
Vegas is putting out. That's where their
Okay.
win total's at. That's what I'm betting.
Okay, fair.
That's
I'm just
the
saying.
baseline one there. Why are you gonna be
Okay.
like that?
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit on 5.5 under that. Like, let's just be real. But in terms of, locking in, under 7.5. Then I got the Colts over 7.5 plus 110. We have spent so much time on the Colts.
Hmm.
So much time. I think that's 9 and squeaking into the playoffs somehow, some way. And
Gross.
then the last one, I have the Bucks at over 9.5, minus 120.
Okay.
Let me double check this one here and see if I want to. 10.5 get some. I mean, 10.5 is just a tough number to bet.
Yeah.
I just like, as good as I think the Bucks are going to be, 10.5 just, it feels like a lot to bet, and only plus 155. I feel more comfortable on 9.5 there. So Bucks over 9.5 at minus 120. Two other ones that I feel like it's better to bet this than win totals is Packers division winner at plus 225, like that. And then obviously the Seahawks. You can bet their win total, or you can bet them to win the division at plus 500. Again, you and I don't agree on that one,
Yeah.
even remotely, but
No.
I am on that, and I'm going to bet that. 100% I am. And the odds have actually gone down since I initially wrote it down a few days ago. They were at plus 550. They were down to 500.
Hmm.
So,
I mean, we know how that division is, so
yeah, no. I don't know. They won 10 games last year. Yeah.
missed the playoffs.
Missed the playoffs last year, but won 10 games. And I think they upgraded quarterback over Gino. I think the offensive line got better, and they got, if not upgraded, they got more dynamic at quarterback. And even if the O line isn't completely revamped, you at least have somebody that can help mitigate some of those issues.
Sure.
With Sam Darnold being athletic,
We'll
more
see.
athletic than Gino. And then obviously, because we do this all the time, we already talked about this. Ravens Packers Super Bowl plus 4,500, and then Ravens over the Packers at plus 7,000. Gonna be bet. And then just because I want to, because of the number, I'm just gonna bring it up again because Ravens Bucks Super Bowl takes it up to plus 6,000 for that matchup, and then Ravens over Bucks is plus 9,000. Is, just fun more than anything. But again, my official pick is Ravens Packers, so that's the one that's actually going to be bet. And
Hmm.
then just a couple others here, because I did them last year. To make the playoffs, I have Seahawks, Patriots, Packers, Bucks parlayed together at plus 1480. And then to miss the playoffs, Broncos, Vikings, Steelers, Cowboys plus 1064. Because those are just fun ones to throw in every year. And then this one, just because I looked at it and I'm like, this could be a fun one to throw together there. It's a little parlay of 4,000-yard passers.
Okay.
Burrow, Baker, CJ Stroud, Caleb Williams at plus 1622.
Starting the group.
Burrow, lock. Baker, I feel like lock.
Yeah.
Stroud, again, no running game. It's going to be a pass heavy offense, and they're going to cut it loose. And then Caleb with DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, Luther
Luther
Burden,
Bird and Colson
and a
on
revamped O line. and Ben Johnson. I think
We'll see.
we're getting.
We'll
I
see.
think we're getting the
We'll see.
first Chicago Bears 4,000-yard passer.
That, yeah, I mean, that in and of itself is insane. We'll see.
Yeah.
Obviously, we differ, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I hope you win some money.
I hope I do too.
I hope you win your money back. I'll say that. I like to be
Fair
right
enough.
more than I like you to win money.
Yeah, well, can't be worse than last year. Actually, no, my season long bets last year did pretty well.
Yeah, it's every other bet
It
too.
was my worst year ever.
Yeah, can't wait to beat you again.
Uh, oh yeah, we got to figure that out too. Um, oh yeah, I forgot. I bet the Jags to win the division.
Yep, you did. Really mess you up.
Damn, I'm looking at this too, and I forgot the ones that I actually bet last year. Do you remember which ones I actually bet? I'd have to look that up. But
You
like
bet the
looking at
Falcons to win the
some of these,
division.
I went through everybody's win totals and I like starred the ones that I really liked. And the only one I think that I missed on was the Jags, I believe. Damn, that's
Yeah.
crazy. All right. I don't
Oh,
feel as
well,
good about it this year, but hopefully I'm better on spreads this week or this year.
this year's weird. That's about it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think that's
Let's
all
get
we
out of
got for
here.
you.
It's been real.
Peace.